want to share a story with you. My grandmother, rest in peace, was a lovely and kind woman. Sadly, she suffered almost her whole life from bipolar disorder. A few weeks before she passed away, she started to have violent and depressive breakdowns. So my parents took her to a psychiatric public hospital. Due to her breakdowns, they thought she needed to stay. Sadly, the public facility didn't have room for her. In addition, they didn't have the medicine to fulfill her new prescription. So she was sent back home. After that, she started to get better, but all of a sudden, she lost her ability to talk and walk. So my parents rushed her to the hospital again. She was sent back home again because the facility didn't have room again. She wasn't just with palliative care, so she stayed in bed 2 weeks. She didn't even recognize us. It was so sad. Then finally the facility took her in. She just stayed 1 week there before she passed away. Did you notice the main problem we faced to get the help my grandmother needed? That's why I want to address this topic. To start, what is a mental illness? What causes it? Well, there's many factors that can trigger it. For example, brain damage, and brain infections. Now, what causes this? This causes many things, and 3 of the main are these ones. A specific part of the brain do not work properly, a brain network to be disrupted, or a neurochemical to not do its purpose. Now, we can agree that mental illnesses are, in fact, diseases that can get treated in order to get a better quality of life. Psychiatric Dr. Jeffrey Lieberman said, "I find ironic that while people suffer from mental disorders throughout human history because of the fact that we had no knowledge and limited or not effective treatments, in the 21st century, when we do have treatments, the biggest barriers are lack of awareness, lack of access to care, and stigma." And I agree with him. And we have proof of this. The World Mental Health Organization, or WHO, made a report on mental diseases here in Latin America. On this table, we can see the prevalence of some mental disorders and the treatment gap. For example, bipolar disorder. The average prevalence per 100 adults population is 0.8, and the treatment gap is 64.0. It's like nobody gets treatment. Despite the prevalence of mental diseases, there's only 0.1 mental health units per 100,000 population and 2.5 beds per 100,000 population. This means only 50 patients are treated per 100,000 populations. In Latin America, that's just 0.0005% of the total population here in Mexico. This data reflects the lack of awareness and the government little efforts to provide enough resources to treat patients. And there's the stigma. You may ask, What a stigma! Well, suffering from a mental disease, it means in the eyes of the society or the people around them that they're crazy. But they're not crazy. It's not a choice. It's a disease. It can get treated. As a result, many people suffering from mental diseases will not seek help. To make it worse, even if they do, the people around them will see it as nothing important because they're crazy, not sick. Like I already stated, public psychiatric hospitals cannot provide treatment to patients. What we can do to change this situation? Well, we need to get rid of the stigma. Why? Because if society realizes this problem, because it's a burden not only just for the patients but his loved ones, their loved ones, it's a real big problem. So if society realizes this, the people will pressure the government to make improvements in their health services. As a result of this social pressure, psychiatric public services and investigation will have everything they need to provide appropriate treatment and care. If you know someone who suffers from a mental disease, please don't avoid them. They need your support. Like I already said, my grandmother suffered from bipolar disorder, but we tried everything in our hands to make sure she had a better life, and in consequence, to make sure she was happy. Thanks for watching.